Step 6 of the Guide to Starting an SBE Decoration Business is an introduction to operations as it revolves around production and printing. Section 1 is an introduction to operations and production management. Within this section, we go over what exactly operations and operations management is and how they affect the activities, budgets, and operation decisions. We also go over what inputs and outputs are and how productivity, utilization, and efficiency affect the business bottom line, as well as what exactly capacity is and how it refers to design and effective, as well as production, production management, and process strategy. Section 2 is an introduction to using the Fusion Heat Press. The Fusion Heat Press is extremely easy to use, but it's very important to know exactly how to use it to avoid potentially hurting yourself. First, you have the top platen, which can be either used as stationary or as a swing-away press. You do not want to touch the top platen, as it is extremely hot and will burn you if you touch it. Next, you have the bottom platen. The bottom platen is where you load a garment or other printable product to be printed. One of the best things about the Hotronics Fusion Heat Press is that the bottom platen can be interchanged with other platens. This makes printing difficult locations or items like bags easier without having to use a heat press pillow. The bottom platen can be used as a drawer press in which you can pull it towards you to then load the garment onto the press. Next, you have the digital display, which is where you can control the time and temperature settings for the press and save presets for different types of materials and heat transfers. You can adjust the pressure for the press by turning the black knob located on the top of the press either clockwise or counterclockwise. Clockwise will increase the pressure, while counterclockwise will decrease the pressure. When it comes to maintenance, there is virtually nothing for the Fusion Heat Press. It is just extremely important that you make sure that there is enough power going to the press, and it's a good idea to always unplug the Fusion Heat Press whenever you're not using it. Section 3 is an introduction to decorating shirts using screen print transfers. Heat pressing t-shirts and other products are extremely easy, but it's a good idea to first practice and learn from your mistakes. Realize that different types of materials such as cotton and polyester will react differently to the heat from the heat press. First, what you want to do is you want to pre-press a garment. You do this to remove any wrinkles or moisture that may exist within the garment. And you do this by pressing the garment for 3 to 5 seconds. After that 3 to 5 seconds, you want to lift up on the press and then place your transfer onto the bottom platen where you have your product. Aligning the transfer onto the product is pretty easy. If you align the neckline so that it is centered on the bottom platen, you can easily take a transfer sheet, which is typically square or rectangle, and align it onto the bottom platen so that it is square with the platen. You will want to start the print at least 2 to 3 inches below the neckline. If you're printing a V-neck, you'll be more of 1 to 2 inches. Once you are happy with the location of the transfer onto the product, you can then press the garment for the right amount of time, temperature, and pressure settings for the exact type of transfer you are applying. Most of our transfers apply at 375 degrees with medium to high pressure for 7 to 9 seconds. Once the 7 to 9 seconds is over, you will then want to peel away the transfer from the garment. Now, some of our transfers peel hot while others peel cold. It is important that you always follow the pressing instructions that come in the bag of the transfers. Section 4 is an introduction to operations and production management, which goes over what exactly a supply chain and supply chain management are, as well as stock, inventory, inventory management, safety stock, stock keeping unit, perpetual inventory system, and reorder point. We also go over what raw materials are, raw material inventory, what work in process is, and a finished good. It's important that your students understand that your supply chain management in the decoration industry primarily revolves around price, turnaround time, and payment terms. We at Print Phase are a supplier of not only transfers but blank products, as we try to be a one-stop shop for your SBA decoration business. Section 5's activity revolves around practice printing garments. It's a good idea to have your students bring in old shirts, particularly made up of different fabric materials. So you'll want some shirts made up of cotton, others of polyester, and other synthetic materials. This will allow your students to not only practice the art of printing, but learn how the different materials take our heat transfers. If you have any questions on how to apply heat transfers, please do not hesitate contacting us. Thank you.